Everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the imposter syndrome. Oftentimes, if we have a narcissistic parent, this is what happens. Watch this video. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button and the bell to receive notification when I release new videos. And if you've been with us for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. I just want to mention, if you want to get the lessons on these videos, please join my Patreon. It's $10 a month. You get every single video comes with a worksheet and a lesson and just some exercises for you to do to go deeper into the learning. So if you're interested in that, please click Patreon. Moving on. This is basically Mother Wound Month for me. Don't worry, we'll get to Father Wound, but this work is all about personal development and healing those childhood wounds and traumas and really getting emotionally sound, emotionally rehabilitating ourselves. If you haven't checked out my course, Emotional Rehab, it's 12 weeks. You can do it evergreen now. We do it live with the group certain times a year. You can check all that out. We rehabilitate our inner child's emotional self so we can mature, we can emotionally mature, have healthy relationships, step into our purpose with full power and full shine, and really be the being we were born to be in this lifetime. So that is why we do this work. I want to dive into this subject because it's come up a lot in my inner work group. In my inner work group, it's a small group of 3 to 5 people. We open a new one every single month, so you want to check that out too. I did not mean to just sell things in this video, but it is popping up. Just check the links when you're done. Inner work is really special because we get to mirror each other and we get to go deeper into a space that you normally wouldn't go into when you don't feel safe or supported. With safety and support, trauma starts to melt away when you have deeper understandings and emotional releases and things of this nature. And so this is one of the things that popped up in my latest class. And we were talking about how when I'll talk about women right now, because this is a women's group, high achieving women come to me a lot of the time and say, I'm a high achiever. I've done all these things. Why can't I feel it? You feel like a fraud. You feel like an imposter. You feel like I've done all these things, and I've been there. I've done all these things, but I can't acknowledge it or validate myself for some reason. I can't feel it. And we can't feel ourselves when we don't validate ourselves. And I'm going to tell you brutally where this comes from a lot of the time. Not always, but for the purpose of this video, most of the time. It comes from having a parent that invalidates the shit out of you. A parent who's not emotionally attuned to you. A parent who wants you to leave yourself to attune to them or society at large. I'll go deeper into this in other videos, but if you grew up in a situation where you were never properly mirrored, this is what happened to you. No one said, oh, good job, honey. No one praised you. Instead, oftentimes what happened with these people is your accomplishments were taken from you. Maybe your parent decided, oh, she's so successful, that's because of me. Or I'm going to take that trophy and then treat you like shit. I don't know what it was for you, but it wasn't you getting praised for your accomplishment. There was something attached to it, or it was ignored, or it was never enough. So if you're not validated and mirrored for your accomplishments, you're not going to learn how to do it to you. Reparenting and remothering doesn't come from being like the one you had. It comes from understanding your worth and unconditionally loving yourself and giving yourself what you deserved but didn't get. And that's another huge problem for people. They'll come to me like, I don't know why I can't allow it. Well, that's step 2. You don't think you deserve it. If you did deserve it, someone would have told you that you do, right? Wrong. Wrong, because a lot of these parents, I hate saying it, but oftentimes they're jealous or you're kind of their supply. The things you do are for me. I take it and then I go. And I never say, oh my God, you did this. You're so amazing. We need to do this to ourselves. So step 1 is you weren't praised for your accomplishments. Or maybe you were, and your only praise was your accomplishments. So your identity is in your accomplishments, which bring me to step 3 is you're waiting for the shoe to drop. You're waiting for the next accomplishment. You never sit in the space of what you just did. It's never enough for you. On to the next. On to the next. Can't sit still. It'll either be taken away, not praised, or I have to worry about what I do next. Those are the 3 things. So this is what I suggest doing. Self-mirroring, and this is what happens. You have to sit in front of the mirror. If you're in my inner work class, I will mirror you, right? And then you start to integrate that. Oh my God, I'm being seen, I'm being heard. You start to learn how that feels. If you don't have someone doing that with you, sit in front of your mirror. Start speaking about your accomplishments. Start telling yourself, that was kind of fucking great. If you can't do that, this is what I suggest. Also, why small groups are good, because you can become the neutral observer of someone else. You can become the coach of someone else, and you can become the client. You get all these different ways of seeing things. If you can't do that because you're not in a class, then sit there and pretend that your friend is in the mirror telling you about all of her accomplishments, and how would you respond? Candace, it's so much easier to see other people's accomplishments, not my own. That's right, because no one mirrored you. This is what we're doing. You need to learn to self-mirror. If you can't, I want you to write down all the ways, and this will be in your worksheet if you're in my Patreon. Write down all the things that pop up in the way of self-mirroring, in the way of appreciating and praising and acknowledging the shit you've done in your life that deserves attention, that deserves importance, that deserves to be integrated as me. This is something I'm doing. I'm not my accomplishments, but I'm accomplishing those things. Your worth is not what you do, but what you do is part of what you deserve to feel. Your worth is you're loved because you're born. You're enough because you're born. You're born perfect for your purpose. I'm so tired of people saying to me, no, that wasn't acceptable. Okay, great. My work is to help you reclaim those parts of you that society or parents or whatever decided wasn't enough. You're authentic. You're a divine being having a human experience. Everything that you are is valid. Everything that you are is worthy. Everything that you are is lovable, but not by people that don't love themselves, not by people that are unhealed. So you need a mirror. It is time to stop being imposter and start being integrated, right? When we integrate and we allow ourselves, there's so much fear around this. I see this in a lot of people. There's so much fear around finally owning what I am. I'm scared that I might be wrong for thinking I'm enough and that I deserve this. There's so much fear around, if I do, I feel bad because someone else isn't. There's all this fear. If I do, it'll be taken away or proven wrong in some way. That's just the biggest thing. No, it's not. It'll be proven wrong if you agree with the people that are trying to do that. But if you've proven that, God, I think this is worthy of praise, then you are the one that gets to make the rules. Living by your own rules is being the author of your own life, is being your authentic self. Author, authentic self, authority. They all rhyme. They all have the same words in them. Why? Because it is the same. When I become the authority of my own life, I can be the author of my own life. I can be authentic in my own life. Take that down. Guys, for everything I mentioned, links are below. Please find me on TikTok. I'm new there. I give little blurbs about this every day, all day. If you're not on my Instagram, come find me there. I'm really excited about this next inner work group that's going to be starting November. So please check that out. If you want a community of like-minded souls who make you feel safe and healed to be who you are, the Truth Room, we encourage you to be in your truth, in the Truth Room. So if you want the Truth Room, that's my membership. Check that below too. Love you guys. Please share this with at least one person that you think could use it. And I'll see you next week.